Hello, welcome to Stem to Stern Cruiseology Cruise News Update. Thank you for being with us. I am Michael. We have about four little stories we're going to cover right quick. Won't keep you too long. Two of them have to do with the Royal Caribbean. So let's get to it. All right. Legend of the Seas begin its sea trials. So that's a big milestone for Royal Caribbean International. It's their newest mega ship and it's officially hit the water and ready for some sea trials. It departed the Meyer Turku shipyard and will spend about 10 days at sea. They have about 2,000 engineers and other personnel on board, and they're going to operate the ship for about 2,400 nautical miles, testing propulsion systems, maneuverability, checking the ship out to make sure it's seaworthy. And that's great. So these trials are one of the final steps before the official launch and revenue uh, trips for the Royal Caribbean International. So that's uh, that's a great thing if you're a Legend of the Seas fan or a Royal Caribbean fan. So this was the third ship in Royal Caribbean's Icon class, and it is big, bold, and packed with features. So the ship officially debuts early July, kicking off its 7 night Western Caribbean. Uh, I'm sorry, 7 night Western Mediterranean cruise, and then it'll come over to the United States, and they'll start sailing out of Port Everglades for some Caribbean Bahama sailings. So that's going to be a fun ship to be on. So the Icon class expansion is in full speed ahead, and the sea trial is a big step toward another game changing ship for Royal Caribbean. So that is great. All right, next story. All right, this is another story about Royal Caribbean. It's no secret Royal Caribbean's a major player, and they are riding a big wave, and they are making lots of money, and they're investing in turning out those big ships like we just talked about. Uh, Royal Caribbean, there's some numbers that was released very recently. 2025 was a big year for them. The company reported $4.3 billion in net income on a 17.9 billion revenue. So that's an increase from 2024. Their earnings per share was about $15.64. That was up 33% from year over year. The ships are sailing at full capacity, 110%. That means that every cabin is packed and then some. Uh, as far as 2025, 9.4 million cruisers sailed Royal Caribbean last year. The company also reported record guest satisfaction scores. So they're doing everything right over there at Royal Caribbean. So they're just not having more passengers. Those are happy people. So that's they're doing something right. You can't take that away from them. Uh, Financially, it generated a 6.5 billion in operating cash flow and ended the year with 7.2 billion dollars in liquidity. Plus, they returned 2 billion to stockholders, so through dividends and stock buybacks. So that's good. Uh, it's good news for them. The now the some also they're I come across some numbers about their leadership team, and you have Royal Caribbean Group, and then you have which is the umbrella uh, corporate umbrella for the Royal Caribbean brands, um, Celebrity, Royal Caribbean. So um, I looked at they talked about their those CEOs at the top echelon. And if you guys are losing any sleep worrying about if those guys are going to be okay financially, don't worry because the Royal Caribbean Group CEO Jason Liberty, uh, his little package compensation package climbed up just a little bit. Uh, he has a a $1.4 million salary. He has about 15, almost $16 million in stock awards and a $5.1 million bonus. 2025 look like, and, and of course he has other perks, fringe benefits as they call them. He has security team, and he also has access to security and private travel arrangements. So he's doing well, and he should. He's over three large brands and a lot of responsibility. I get it. Uh, Now, Michael Bailey, who with Royal Caribbean International, he earned a, don't worry about him either, $9.4 million, and that was slightly up from last year. The chief financial officer, Naftali Holtz, saw a compensation package of around 7.1 million. Laura Hodges, I don't know how you say her last name, but Beth Ege brought in about 5.9 million, and that was went up a little from stock awards and some bonuses. Um, and the executive vice president Ari Kulavara earned 4.9 million. So he came in at the bottom of the heap. Low man on the totem pole, but he's going to be all right. He can probably buy some bologna at HEB. So the bottom line is this: they have record profits, record demand. Yes, executives are getting paid well. They always have. They always will. They're making all the big decisions, taking some risk for stockholders. So it is what it is. I just don't want them to keep nickeling and diming on stuff and in, incrementally incrementally raising prices on all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I digress. They are firing on all cylinders over there at the big RC. So, all right, let's move on to our third story. A little update on the cruise ships that were stuck over there in the Arabian Gulf. Uh, there were, it's a developing situation in the Middle East, but there are some good news. There were 6 ships over there. 5 got out, and then another one got out. So all the ships have cleared that area, um, and they've safely exited the region. Um, so they had a small window to get out of there, and they took it and got out. So the MSC Uriba, the Mine Chief 4 and 5, Celestial Discovery, and the Arroya, operated by Arroya Cruises, it got out. I think it was the last one, so they're safely out. The situation still remains tense, as you know, if you follow any news updates from that area. So it can be very tentative about what's happening over there. There had also been some reports of uh, some of the cruise ships, or at least one, was fired upon by Iranian forces in that area. Uh, no bueno, that's not good. That scare you. Somebody starts shooting at your ship. So, but good. So that's a better situation for the cruise world. The ships are out, exited, and now they can resume some service wherever those ships are going to, wherever the companies think they can put them. So, some of them will resume their normal itineraries over the Mediterranean, certain parts of Europe. So, the cruise lines continue to monitor that situation and make decisions, kind of on the fly right now. So, next story. All right, this is a kind of totally different, kind of a feel good story. MSC Foundation. They mark a major environmental progress in the Bahamas with their Marine Conservation Center at Ocean Cay, and that's awesome. They're trying to do what they can to have a balance of having their private island there, but also be conservationally minded. That's excellent. Since opening the Marine uh, Conservation Area or in the Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve, the foundation has trained 20 plus marine science students, educated over 17,000 visitors, and they've built a strong hub for research and conservation. In addition, for the coral restoration uh, phase of it, and progress has been made on that. They've had more than 600 corals have been grown in underwater nurseries, and over 250 of the corals have already been successfully replanted on the reefs, and that's great. Uh, that's really good that they're trying to help that area out, because they took that island that was just basically an industrial wasteland island, and cleared it off. Got what you see today, a nice private island. Plus, they're doing the marine reserve. Um, and so they took the corals, they replanted those on the reefs. They're taking hold, and they're showing strong resilience, uh, especially during the summer peak temperatures, uh, water temperatures. The foundation is closely working with the Perry Institute for Marine Science to increase coral diversity, and also with the University of the Bahamas, and students from schools like the University of Miami and Nova Southeastern University gets hands-on experience. So help the students out. Your marine biologist and the like come in there and get some hands-on experience working with coral restoration. So kudos to MSC. This story comes in light of Earth Day, highlighting the importance of long-term sustainability efforts and that balance that the cruise lines are trying to strike between business and keeping the environment in good shape. So um, that is great, and I'm glad to see that. And they're not the only one. Other cruise lines try to do stuff the best they can to mitigate their impact on the environment, and I think we should applaud that. So, all right, that's it. We're done. You got through it. You're up to date. Thanks for watching Stem to Stern Cruiseology Cruise News Update. Hey, hit that like button, smash that subscription button. And if you can, or if you will, go back and look at some of our long term content we have out there on our channel. And we're going to be having another long term form video come out. We're going to go in depth about the MSC Seascape on our recent cruise we took on that ship. So, hey, fair winds following seas. Peace out. Take care.